A changing of the guard has occurred. A new generation steps into the forefront, pushing the scene to new heights. From TikTok to main stage anthems, one artist has risen above them all. Richard Knock2, better known as Knock2, is the 23-year-old DJ dominating main stages across the globe. In 2023, the young legend took some of the biggest W's to date. But wait. We're not jumping into that quite yet. You see, you should know that Knock2 serves as an exemplary example of an artist taking 10 years to blow up overnight. So in case you're wondering where Knock2 came from, let's rewind it and take it to the very beginning. Knock2 was born and raised in San Diego, California. Being immersed in electronic dance music from a young age, Knock2 has maintained passion and experience for over half his life. In 2011, at roughly age 11, Knock was already hustling DJing, playing weddings and school dances. Picking up music production, he created bootlegs and remixes, initially making twerk, bounce, and trap tracks. By 2014, Knock was playing clubs around Southern California and releasing consistent music. In fact, you might have known Knock at this time for hit tunes like Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk, Crooks, and Knock2 Twerk Remix, T.I. and Swizz Beatz Bring 'Em Out, Knock2 Remix, and Bobby Helms Jingle Bell Rock, Knock2 2014 remix. Knock catered to current popular club sounds, and by 2015, his music was turning heads, getting rinsed by some massive DJs in the club circuit. One of these massive DJs just so happened to be the godfather of trap music. I'm of course talking about Benzi. Benzi is the most twerkalicious DJ of the 2010s, the true godfather of trap. As the owner of the Record Pool live DJ service, Benzi curated tons of music, serving as the catalyst between massive DJs and upcoming producers. Knock's tunes were picked up on LDS and distributed to DJs across the platform. Eventually, DJs picked up Knock's remix of The Game and 50 Cent How We Do, rinsing it throughout clubs in the United States, and ultimately, the track garnered support from the likes of Diplo. Knock had officially achieved his first major accolade, a status many DJs can only dream of. Knock officially became a well-known local DJ. Simultaneously in 2014, Knock crossed paths with Cheyenne Giles, a fellow San Diego resident and producer DJ. As an older peer, he was well-established and connected. Taking Knock under his wing, the two began closely collaborating, making club-ready booty shakers. Knock and Cheyenne's relationship steadily developed, culminating in Knock2 becoming the third member of the DJ duo All Gold. The now trio, composed of DJ Shoney, Cheyenne Giles, and Knock2, announced their first collaboration in October 2015. Yeah Ho. Embodying the sound of trap in the early 2010s, Yeah Ho is goofy, loud, and built for Vegas. Although it wasn't a mad decent release, it sure sounded like it. With consistent releases plotted for All Gold and opportunities DJing across Southern California, Knock2 began catching the attention of peers his age. In February 2016, the Silver Spur, Knock2's high school newspaper, published an article by Max Lotta. Junior Knock2 sets out to develop professional DJ career. This article reveals Knock's inspirations, experiences DJing, the origin of his DJ name, and an unreleased collab with Flo Rida. As the school year came to an end, Knock finished his junior year and set out to take on the summer. Little did he know, this summer would change his life. Every summer, the San Diego Fair comes to town, featuring themed party nights for each day of the week. Specifically, on Fridays, the ST Fair hosts Electronic Fridays, an all-ages rave themed event featuring young local DJs. Knock, checking off all the requirements, was invited to play. Show day arrives. Knock steps onto the stage and does his thing. As his set concludes, he's followed up by none other than ISOxo. In a 2020 interview with Festival Squad, ISOxo exclaims, quote, "I had barely DJ'd before then. It was my first time ever DJing live. Knock2 actually played right before me, so I got to see another young producer just like me, so we connected after and it just went from there. He's been my best friend since. The future is in motion. 2017 and 2018. Assuming there's a lot going on behind the scenes, All Gold fizzles out. With not many cataloged releases this year, Knock is locked in the studio, molting, preparing for the years to come. 2019, Knock2 hits the ground running with a major rebrand and tons of new tunes. More importantly, these tunes are well oiled, mean, and lean. Hybridizing bass house and big room with elements of trap and tech house, Knock2 had developed a sound unheard before, club and festival weapons to dominate the globe. As a solo artist, Knock released a remix of Floss and Troy Boy's Sound Clash and a festival flip of Swedish House Mafia, Knife Party, John Martin, mixed with Travis Scott, Reload the Antidote. Releasing alongside Cheyenne Giles, the two released remixes of Boombox Cartel, Dem Frayed, Famous Dex, Japan, a festival flip of David Guetta, Sia, Showtek, OK, Booyah Bounce, and an insane remix edit festival flip, Tremor in the Cinema. These releases and more, compounded, garnering tons of support globally, ultimately rinsed by some of the world's biggest DJs. Additionally, Knock launched 2 side projects. Knock This Off, an alt SoundCloud account for flips, edits, bootlegs and remixes, and Richard Knock, an alt account for sweet and clean R&B and hip-hop beats. But 2019 isn't remotely complete yet. Sometime during the year, Knock and Cheyenne's Tremor in the Cinema edit is played out by the Chainsmokers. The Chainsmokers posted a clip rinsing this absolute festival anthem, and the EDM sphere went berserk, frothing by the mouth. Fans needed to know who cooked up this rippin' flip. And that's when it happened. Tiesto, like a rabid dog, Tiesto had to get a warm, juicy bite. Proceeding to DM Cheyenne Giles, Tiesto asked for the edit and offered Cheyenne the opportunity to sign a 6-track deal with Musical Freedom. Cheyenne was in, sending a handful of tunes. Meanwhile, Knock2 and ISOxo are vehemently cooking in the kitchen, pushing their skills to the limits. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. Who is it? None other than an A&R for R.L. Grime's new record label, Sable Valley. Knock2 had previously connected with the A&R team for Sable Valley, and they were here, ready for some tunes. Both Knock and ISO began creating with the intention of getting signed to Sable. The two worked on tracks for months before ISO finally had a breakthrough. Quote, "One night, I was making this drop with a sample pack I created, and there was this one dial tone sound I thought it was sick. So I finished the drop and sent it to Knock2 asking for feedback, and he replied, dude, this is the one. This is it. Let's finish this and let's send it to Sable." R.L. Grime saw the vision and provided feedback on the tune. The boys worked and worked until it was ready. Finally, on September 20th, 2019, Knock2 and ISOxo released an absolute stinker, Radial, a huge cosign for the both of them. But hold on, how could we forget we're not done here? We must satiate the Dutch superstar. Amongst the tunes that Cheyenne sent Tiesto, one just so happened to be a collab with Knock2. On October 10th, 2019, Cheyenne Giles and Knock2 released Dance Floor on Musical Freedom. In a 1-month time span, Knock2 was directly supported by Daddy RL and the immortal titan of EDM, Tiesto, concluding an insane year. 2020, COVID. With no timetable on the return of live music, Knock2 released What's the Move with Henry Fong featuring General Degree on Dim Mak and Gems on Sable Valley. Additionally, while we're stuck at home, EDM's next biggest boy band is forming. September 7th, the San Diego Waterboys launch, composed of Aleko, Remke, Frosttop, ISOxo, and Knock2. Using Instagram and Twitter, the crew cataloged shenanigans, music camps, skating sessions, DJ sets, and more. It is clear the boys are pushing each other to their creative potentials. By 2021, COVID began to clear up, and live events came back. Partygoers across the states are ready to do their thing, and a new generation of ravers steps up to the plate. What's incoming? The first post-COVID rave anthem, an original by none other than Knock2. Welcome, Dash Star. Released on Jericho's record Nightmode, Dash Star pushes up the charts, filling TikTok feeds everywhere. Knock2 stock go burr. Returning to live shows, Knock works closely with Brownies and Lemonade, playing an initial handful of shows. His infectious tunes are known by fans far and wide, stirring up insane crowd reactions. Topping off the year, Knock2 announces and releases the Two Hearts EP. 5 festival anthems built to send crowds into full feral mode. Knock2's discography became a staple amongst DJs in the American EDM festival circuit. 2022. There is no going back for this SD Water boy. Knock releases Paranoid on Nightmode, Jade on Sable Valley, Gettin' Hot on Nightmode, the Dash Star VIP on Nightmode, Two Hearts Deluxe released via Create, featuring the bonus track My Love and an Aztec remix of Murda. Also, he released the Night Hearts EP remix thing with ISO. Don't flame me, I forgot. In April, Knock2 at Red Rocks, supporting Nightmare and Kill the Noise. In May, Knock announced the Room 202 debut headline show in Los Angeles. It sells out. Hosted with Brownies and Lemonade, this show was absolutely insane and sets the tone for what more will come. Additionally, Knock played EDC on the Rhino Bus art car. In July, ISOknock3 goes down at Hard Summer. In August, Knock goes on a mini tour in Japan. In September, Knock returns to his hometown San Diego with an aptly titled show, Homecoming. Slated for a side stage performance at Soma San Diego, the show sells out. Knock is then upgraded to the main room, and the show sells out again. In January 2023, Knock announced his sophomore EP titled Room 202, and it released at the end of the month. The Room 202 EP featured Make You Sweat, Rewind, Gettin' Hot, Are You Feelin' Me with Dev, Jump In, and Rock Your World with Fussy. With no misses, this EP maintains the continued theme of high-energy club bangers. Hosted alongside Brownies and Lemonade, Knock announces the Room 202 debut headline tour, selling out almost immediately. More dates are added. It sells out again. In April, Knock made an appearance at Coachella's Do Lab stage. In May, played 88 Rising's Head in the Clouds festival. In July, released One Chance with Nightmare and Marley on 88 Rising, brought Room 202 to Europe for a 3-stop mini tour, and announced Phase 2 of the Room 202 American Tour. Finally, in August, Room 202 Deluxe was released. September. Nearing the end of 2023, Knock and ISO come together, announcing a one-night show at Shrine Auditorium, the finale of Knock2's Room 202 tour, and the premiere of ISOxo's Kids Gone Mad tour. It sells out instantly. So they announce a second night, and then a third night, and then a fourth night. Alongside Brownies and Lemonade, Knock2 and ISOxo sell out 4 nights at Shrine Auditorium. Roughly over 20,000 tickets sold. Today, Knock2 stands as one of the most prolific anthem makers in this upcoming generation of artists. Traveling globally and playing consistent festivals and shows, at only 23, Knock's career rivals achievements of artists twice his age. Finding his way at an early age to electronic dance music, Knock has blended sounds of his childhood with modern and aggressive production. Surrounding himself in proper company, Knock helped develop a community of artists with different degrees of experiences, exchanging knowledge and value, understanding there is no limit with a proper team. There's so much more to come from this young artist. So, who is Knock2?